Hi everyone, good morning. I am Ernan Aliman, your buddy when it comes to this course, the basic computer concepts and literacy. We are done with the computer hardware. Ano nga yung computer hardware? So those computer hardware, refresh ko lang kayo. Computer hardware are those computer components na tangible, mahahawakan. It has physical parts and then physical forms. So yun yung mga hardware. Like example, from the outside, the monitor, the system unit, the speaker, mouse, modem, those are the computer hardwares na makikita natin sa labas. Unlike doon sa loob ng system unit, uh, yung mga CPU, RAM, hard disk, those are the computer hardwares na makikita sa loob ng system unit. Next, let's proceed sa software. So, unlike a hardware, when we say software, it is organized collection of computers' data, instructions, often broke into two major categories: the software, the system software, and then the application software. So, when we say software, ito naman intangible, unlike a hardware na tangible. Intangible meaning hindi natin mahahawakan, makikita lang natin sa screen ng computer. So let's discuss this software, kung ano itong mga software. So next slide. There are two types of software nga, the system and the application software. So the system software, when we say system software, is responsible for controlling, integrating, and managing the individual hardware components of a computer system so that the other software and end user of the system see it to is a functional unit without any having concern with the low-level details such as transferring data from memory to disk or rendering into display. So generally, this software consists of operating system. So when we say system software, those are the operating systems. Example, the Windows, the iOS for Apple, and Android for phones. So when we say system softwares, sila yung manager, kumbaga middleman, to communicate between the hardware and the other application software. So without system software, application softwares cannot run. So meaning, before you can install application software, how can we install application software if wala tayong system software? Saan mag-i-imagine tayo? So from the start of our computer, from the start, yung naglo-load na yung Windows or iOS, yun na yung startup ni OS or ni system software. So kung makita nyo, minimize ko muna ito. Ito na yung system software natin. The system software composed or system software runs the different application software kung anong gamit natin sa kanila. Kung i-open natin, like for example, this PowerPoint presentation is running under the system software. This type of application, itong PowerPoint, this is application software type. So yun nga, we cannot run the application software without the help of system software. So application software, from the other hand, it is used to accomplish specific tasks other than just running the computer system. So application software may consist of a single program, such as an image viewer, a small collection of programs often called software package that work closely together to accomplish a task such as spreadsheet yung mga Excel, or text processing system yung mga Microsoft Word. When it comes to presentation software, this one, the Microsoft PowerPoint. Okay, so meaning this application software only has a program specifically to perform specific functions. Unlike for example, if you have application software na text editor, it only performs to edit text. When we have a video editor, the only function for that video editor is to edit video. If we have browsers, that the function of the specific browser is to browse on the internet. So when it comes to management, sino nagma-manage ng mga applications na ito, programs na ito? It's the system software. So what is the latest system software nowadays sa Windows? So sa Windows pa lang, we are now in the Windows 11 version na system software. System software or operating system. From the word operating system, it operates all the application under or installed in that system software. Siya din yung nagko-communicate from hardware to that application, specific application to communicate. Siya din yung nag-o-open sa mga application. So, when it comes to compatibility or compatible ba, merong mga application softwares na hindi compatible sa ganitong version ng system software. Merong ganon. Merong application software na from the Microsoft, i-install mo sa application software na from Windows, i-install mo sa iOS, merong compatibility issues yan. Kumbaga, iba yung versions ng mga application softwares for different system software. So, yan, tandaan nyo yan na hindi lahat na application software is compatible sa lahat ng versions ng system software. Diba? Iba nga yung interface ng application software when it comes to social media. When we access the social media through the computer, iba yung pag-navigate natin, iba yung style natin from the browser. Pag sa computer, pag sa cellphone, iba din yung type niya. Meron na siyang application installed na separate for that only application, the social media. So much for that. If you have more questions, pwede nyong i-view sa internet kung ano pa yung mga kaibahan ni system software and then application software. Next, we are now in the comparison of that two para at least ma-enhance pa natin ating understanding. When we say system software, example dyan, Microsoft Windows, Linux, Unix, Mac OS, and DOS. Those are the example of system software. When we say application software, example for that is the Opera or web browser, Microsoft Word word processing, Excel, SQL, PowerPoint, Adobe. So distinguish na natin kung ano yung kaibahan nila when it comes to their usage. So, interaction, generally, users do not interact with the system software as it works as in the background. Kaya nga, sa background nagpa-perform ang work ni system software. Hindi mo makikita sa front or sa UI ng system or ng UI ng computer natin. Hindi mo makikita sa screen kung ano yung ginagawa ni system software. But, unlike kay application software na makikita mo, ma-navigate mo kung ano yung mga gamit niya, kung ano mga available na tools para sa kanya na pwede mong gawin. And then, for example I'll give you a example. Software that is installed sa computer is yung calculator. Kumbaga, calculator application, yung hindi pre-install sa system. Meaning ikaw yung nag-install. So, from the UI or user interface, kung ano yung makikita mo sa calculator, nagsosolve siya. Like, for example, Casio calculator, yung mga scientific calculator, di ba? So, in the UI, makikita mo na maganda yung performance, mabilis ang process. So, in the background, si system software pala yung nagpe-perform. Only it represents through the application software. So, kung mag-go deeper pa tayo, sino talaga yung hardware responsible for that, 'di ba? Si CPU, 'di ba? If you can remember sa ating hardware. So, next, dependency. System software can run independently of the application software. So, pwede mag-run si system software without the help of application software. So, application software naman, it cannot run without the presence of the system software. So, let's proceed. Okay, unit of measurement. This unit of measurement is intended for those people na nagpo-proceed ng computer programming, yung mga computer science students. So, dapat sa kanila memorize or kumbaga meron silang background dito. So, let me share na lang sa inyo, at least meron kayong mga understanding, a little bit understanding regarding dito sa unit of measurement. So, how our data is stored, how our data is, kung ano yung capacity ng data natin, dito natin makikita. So, storage measurements, the basic unit used for the computer data is called bit or binary digit. When you say bit, as you can see sa ating table, bit only contains 0 or 1. So, sa mga computer science students o mga programmer, when it comes to bit, 10, 10, 10, 0 means false, 1 means true. It means those bit only are the understanding, or yun lang yung ma-understand ni computer. So, as you can see, if you are a user, the letters or the characters that printed in your keyboard, those characters, meron siyang representative o nagre-represent siya ng corresponding bit numbers. So, for example, si Q is 1010, si W is 010101, si E is 1111. So, ganyan mga terms. So, I think sa mga nagtitake lang ng basic computer concepts na course, hindi naman ito required sa inyo. So, for the computer science, 'di ba? Computer science, mga computer science students, mga programmers. So, we all understand that the only machine language ang na-understand ni computer. From machine language down to assembly language, down to high level language. So, vice versa, pataas, pababa, pataas. So, we have only basic or 3 levels of languages, di ba? Machine language na yun lang yung ma-understand ng computer, assembly language, and then the high level language. So much for that. Bit is composed of 0 and 1. 1 byte composed of 8 bits. So 1 kilobyte, 1024 bytes, and so on and so forth. So if you are if you are going to a partition, tip lang, di ba? If you are going to partition your drive, 1 gigabyte is converted into 24 megabytes. Kasi ang representation doon, when you install a new version or when you want to install a new system software, hindi yun naka-identify as gigabyte yung capacity ng drive natin. It is represented through megabytes. So, without the understanding of this conversion, I think hindi natin makukuha yung exact value if you are going to partition. So, for me, if I'm going to get 100 gigabyte of a partition, of this certain partition, I will convert that 100 into 1024 MB. So, the result is what I'm going to use para makuha ko ang 100 gigabyte. Okay? Hindi naman siya 100% na equal, but almost mga 99.9%. Okay? Next, bit. Okay. Continuous understanding about this bit. So, yun lang. Parang na-explain ko naman. Okay. 1 bit is answer to an yes or no question. Okay. So, let's proceed. Unit of measurement when it comes to speed of our processor. So, bigyan ko lang kayo ng background when it comes to speed of processor. Diba? Na-mention natin sa hardware na si processor is the manager or processes all the computer processes. So, I have mentioned din na dapat malaki yung power ni processor mo for you to process multiple application at the same time. So, when we say processor, it is measured in hertz or Hz. So, which represents a CPU cycle. The speed of CPU known as computer speed, okay? So 1 hertz, 1 cycle per second. 1 megahertz, 1 million cycles per 1000 hertz. 1 gigahertz, 1 billion cycles per seconds or million hertz. So if you remember, meron tayong parts sa ating processor, yung registers, 'di ba? Na-mention natin doon that is a very fast storage data. So when it comes to speed, andito na million cycles per seconds. Okay? Next, let's proceed. We have the computer classifications. Para hindi tayo mabigla, para meron tayong understanding kung ano yung mga iba't ibang computer. Computers can be generally classified by the size and the power as follows. So through this considerable overlap. So meron tayong a personal computer, meron tayong workstation, meron tayong mini computer, mainframe, supercomputer. So those are the basic computer types. So personal computer is a small single user computer based on a microprocessor. In addition to the microprocessor, a personal computer has keyboard for entering data, a monitor for displaying information, and storage device for saving data. So as you can see, this illustration or picture is the type of a personal computer commonly used by sa bahay, sa school, or sa office. Yung mga basic lang na computer, yung mga only for office use, those are the personal computers. So when it comes to workstation, these computers commonly used by the gamers, architect, and graphic editors. Kumbaga, mas high-end siya sa personal computer. When it comes to process, bigger yung processor niya. When it comes to RAM, bigger din yung capacity ng RAM niya. So workstation is a powerful single-user computer. A workstation is like a personal computer, but it has more powerful microprocessor and higher quality monitor. So tandaan, ito yung mga ginagamit ni architects, ni graphics editors, ni gamers, kasi meron silang ina-add na graphics card to render high graphics media or render high graphics applications. Kasi kung itong mga high graphics application i-open natin sa personal computer, maglalag yan. Kumbaga maghahang. Kasi it cannot support to view high graphics applications. So, next, number 3, mini computers or the servers, computer servers. Commonly used by the government, schools, businesses, etc. A multi-user computer capable of supporting from 1 to hundreds of users simultaneously. So, this specialized mini computer or servers is there or gina-install namin siya to serve, for example, kung ano yung setup mo doon sa server mo. Application server ba siya? DHCP server ba siya? File server ba siya? Etc. So, meron siyang mga different setup ng mga servers. So, these servers, we are use this to kumbaga, pwede natin siyang gamitin, i-access natin siya. Kumbaga, merong client server na mga meron siya, makasupport siya ng 10 to 100 clients that ma-access na yung siniserve ni server ng mga application at the same time. So, next, mainframe computers are a powerful multi-user computer capable of supporting many hundreds or thousands of users simultaneously. Kung kanina kay mini computer is 10 to hundreds lang, dito kay mainframe computer is 100 or thousands. So, mas malaki na yung ma-accommodate niya na user simultaneously. So, kung dito mo gamitin si server computers sa, like for example, sino ba gumagamit nito? Airlines ba? Ay, di ba? Airlines or banks. So, kung yung simple mini computers or server yung gamitin mo dito, I think hindi niya kaya. So, kasi meron itong thousands of user na magre-request ng data simultaneously. So, next, supercomputers. These are the supercomputers mainly used by the IBM, NASA, the Pag-asa, weather forecasting, military. So, why are these supercomputers? So, from the word super, it's an extremely fast computer that can perform hundreds or millions of instructions per second. So, when we say pag-asa, di ba? Pag magsabi si pag-asa na babagyo dito sa ganitong lugar, anong oras, it means babagyo talaga. If walang if actual talaga. Kumbaga, meron kasing instance na unlike kay Japan, na high-end talaga yung mga computers nila, mga supercomputers. Pag sinabi ni Japan weather forecaster na in a few minutes, uulan dito banda. Uulan at uulan talaga yan. Kasi, when it comes to supercomputer, mas advanced yung technology nila doon. Unlike dito sa Pilipinas na, di ba, si Pag-asa, si Pag-asa, mag-a-announce na uulan, heavy rainfall daw, pero ang dumating, slight rainfall. So, hindi ganun 100% accurate, but ba't naganap ang ulan. Hindi lang siya ganoon ka-accurate unlike kay sa mga advanced na mga company o advanced na mga weather forecaster. So, used by the IBM or NASA when it comes to NASA, yung mga space exploration nila, mas maganda, di ba? They can communicate through the space from the astronaut papunta sa ilang head office, makakommunicate sila by the use of these supercomputers. So, whatever the activities outside the outer space, kanila nang nare-record agad. Kumbaga, meron na silang captures agad. It's either video or photo. So, ganoon kabilis si supercomputers. Kung imagine nyo, gaano kalayo, ilang miles yun kalayo through the client and then the server, through how they communicate to each other, gaano kalayo. Sige, let's proceed to the other computer types, the laptop and smartphone computers. So when say laptop, commonly a laptop is bulky, makapal, malaki. Yun yung mga laptop. A laptop is a battery easy powered personal computer that can be easily carried and used in a variety of locations. Many laptops are designed to have all the functionality of a desktop computer. So when it comes to functionality, close ito si laptop kay desktop kasi for gaming purposes or for architecture, kung ano yung performance ni computer, kung performance ni desktop, pwedeng ma-incorporate kay laptop o kayang-kaya ni laptop. Unlike a netbook is for office use, di ba? As you can see, slim, slight, manipis, wala siyang alphanumeric keyboard unlike kay laptop. It's for office use. A netbook is a type of laptop that is designed to be even more portable. So netbooks are often cheaper than laptops or desktops. So they generally less powerful when it comes to other types of computer, but they provide the enough power to email and internet access, which is where name netbook comes from. So mobile device is a type of a computer, is a handheld computer. When you say handheld, nahahawakan lang. It is designed to be extremely portable and often fitting in the palm of a hand or in your pocket. So some mobile devices are more powerful. They are allow you to do many of same things you can do with a desktop or laptop computer. This includes tablet computers or e-readers, smartphones. So when it comes to, when you say mobile device, it also a computer. So ano nga yung characteristic ng computer natin? It has input, it process, it stores data, and then it gives output. So yun, kaya nga na-categorize yung mobile device, it's because it give us those characteristic of being a computer. Next, let's proceed to the other computers, the tablet computers and the smartphones. So, common naman ito sa paligid natin. Marami na ito. So, next. So, data, information, and knowledge. So, what are these terms? Data, information, and knowledge. So, when we say data, data is a symbols. So when we say data, data is a facts and figures which relay something specific but which are not organized. So, yun lang yung keep in mind natin. When we say data, specific yan. For example, your name, your last name, your middle name, each one of those are the data. Pag na-combine na yan lahat, followed by your age, your address, those are the information. Pero pag specific lang, those are data. So, if na-organize na yan lahat, it is what we call the information. So, information for data to become information, it must be contextualized or categorized. So, yun nga, data, kung ano yung kaibahan ni data ka information, when you say data, yung specific data mo lang, yung name, last name, and middle name. Pag binuo na yan lahat with your age, address, and date of birth, that is what we call the information. So, kuha. So, knowledge is closely linked to doing, implies know-how and understanding the product or experience. Or product of experience is knowledge. So, when we go to school, di ba? Blanco, wala tayong alam. So, after that, if we are graduated, we are now a professional. Nakukuha na natin ang knowledge. So, product of experience. So, sometimes we cannot learn without these experiences, di ba? Kumbaga, the best teacher is your experience, kumbaga. Next. So, this is the content of the human mind that they classified into 4 categories. We're now talking the human mind. So, when we say data, those are the symbols. Information is the data that are processed to be useful, provides the answer to who, what, where, and when questions. When we say knowledge, application of data information answers to how. So, wisdom is the evaluated understanding. So much for that. So, we need to understand that the processing of data produces information and process information produces knowledge and so on. So, from 1 to 4. From data, pag na-convert na, pag na-gather na lahat ang data, it will now turns into information. Pag na-read mo na yung information, from the answers who, what, where, and when, those are the knowledge na. The knowledge now answers the question how. If you have answered that questions how, you have now the wisdom. You have evaluated the understanding. Next, characteristics of a computer. So these are the characteristics of the computer. We may to consider the speed, the accuracy, diligence, storage capability, the versatility are some of the key characteristics of a computer. Then the brief overview of these characteristics are, when you say speeds, very fast, million of instructions per seconds. Yun nga, yung na-discuss ko kanina. When it comes to hertz, the processor speeds, it can process billion instructions per second. So, when it comes to speed, we may consider the CPU or processor. So, yun nga, kung powerful yung CPU mo, it is very fast. It can process multiple application at the same time, instruction at the same time, and then it is measured in million or billion instructions per second. When it comes to accuracy, computer provides a high degree of accuracy. For example, the computer can accurately give the result division and you need to numbers. Okay. So when it comes to accuracy, tama ba yung results niya? So for example, sa amin sa mga nakadaan na ng programming, when we say accuracy, kung ano yung dapat mag-view, how many decimal places, is there a decimal places, is that naka-round off na ba siya, kung tama ba yung uh, gusto nating ipaperform kay ALU, which is part of the processor. So it is the accuracy. So sometimes siguro merong mga processor na hindi accurate. And then diligence is when you use for a longer period of time, the computers not that get tired of fatigue. So meron bang mga computers na nahihirapan o nagrereklamo na, uy, 24/7 na ako naka-on. For example, yung mga computer servers, 'di ba? Meron bang mga computers na nagrereklamo? So wala, 'di ba? Kasi wala silang buhay. So when used for a longer period of time, the computer does not get tired or fatigue. It only gets mga alikabok, kung hindi tama ang cooling system niya, nag-overheat. So yun lang yung mga sometimes mga cause na ang computer will mag-surrender na. Okay, so storage capability, a large volumes of data and information can be stored in a computer and also retrieved whenever required. So storage capability, so what are those storage natin na makastore tayo ng for long term? You can retrieve data. So ano nga yung mga storage natin? Those are the secondary storage, the hard drives, di ba? So hard drives is, wala natin na mention kanina, is measured in gigabytes. So merong megabyte, merong gigabyte, merong terabyte. So yung terabytes, yun na yung mga panlakihan ng mga storage capacity used by the, kumbaga, when it comes to sa CCTV system, yung CCTV system ng mga big companies, they use large storage capacity in order to store multiple recordings that it has length of within a month, di ba? Kung maliit lang yung storage capacity mo sa CCTV system, within a week, wala pang week siguro, erase na yung mga old recordings. So in the security or in the big company, they use a higher capacity storage. So next, versatility. The computer is versatile in nature. It can perform different types of tasks with the same ease. So si computer, depende kay computer mo kung high-end ba siya or gano siya ka responding. For example, ikaw na tao is you can perform multitasking, mag-edit ka ng video, tapos nagta-type ka pa ng script, tapos nagpa-Facebook ka pa, nagpa-play ka pa ng YouTube video. So ikaw na tao is multitasker ka, tapos ang computer mo is hindi. I mean, hindi niya kaya ang ganun style na processing. So it depends to your computer specification. So it is versatile in nature. It can perform, but it depends to the capacity. Kung meron kasi siyang limitations. Yun nga na mention ko, if bigger ang power ng yung CPU and then bigger din yung capacity ng RAM mo, maybe as a multitasker na person, maybe makasabay yung computer mo. Okay? So wag nating kumbaga, kung ano lang yung kaya ng computer natin, wag nating isagad. Wag nating kumbaga mainitin ang ulo natin. Nagmamadali tayo, tapos ang computer natin is mahina. So hindi natin i-blame si computer. Wala namang kasalanan si computer diyan kung mahina siya, kasi tayo as users, tayo yung nag-i-install, tayo yung nagse-set ng components niya, specifications niya. Next. Oh no, computer viruses. Okay. So as a basic computer concepts, we must know about these viruses. So, what are these viruses? Kung merong virus sa paligid, yung COVID, sa computer, meron ding viruses. Sa viruses of computer is a virus is a small piece of software that is piggybacks on real programs. When we say piggybacks, sumasakay siya doon. Nag-spy ba? Nag-spy siya doon sa mga real programs. For example, ang name niya o ang interface o ang logo niya is Microsoft Word niya. Tapos, ang file name niya is the same doon sa file name ng project mo without knowing that kinapi niya lang yung file name ng real application mo, di ba? Real data mo. Then, if you open that one without knowing that it is a virus na nagpiggybacks o sumasakay doon sa data mo, from time to time nag-spread na yun siya kasi iyon ang na-open ang file na yun which is a virus. So, email viruses commonly, if you tried sa email, sa spam, doon napupunta yung mga viruses or yung mga emails na it contains maybe viruses or not useful data or harmful data to your computer. Doon napupunta sa spam. So, remind ko lang sa inyo, kung merong email na ganito, tapos hindi nyo alam, wala kayong background, wala kayong alam regarding that email, regarding that link, huwag nyo na lang buksan kasi it may be contains viruses or any other viruses that it will harm your computer. Pareha na rin sa mga Facebook links, YouTube links, Google links. Kasi always tayo nag-o-online, di ba? Merong nagpa-pop up sa ating computer, sa ating cellphone na important, you have win this one. So, you must refrain from opening those emails or application or pop-ups. Dapat hindi natin yun ino-open kasi in a single na kamali kayo, na open ninyo, wala na, tuloy-tuloy na yun. Meron na yung viruses. Sino ba ang gumagawa ng viruses? Mga hackers. Sila, yung mga tao pa rin na gustong kumuha ng data sa iyong cellphone. For example, meron kang cellphone, you have saved your passwords, many passwords sa ATM, sa Facebook, sa social media, sa YouTube, sa bank transactions mo. All of your data are stored in that certain cell phones. And then you open that email, you open that pop-up, you open that link sended to you through social media. Pag na-open mo yan, meron ng access lahat si hacker doon sa cellphone mo. Kasi that email contains virus. Okay? So, Trojan horses. These Trojan horses, as you can see sa picture, nakita nyo ba yung movie na Troy? So, dito ata nila, I think, kinuha yung term na Trojan. Because a Trojan horses virus is a Trojan horse simply a computer program. The program claims to do one thing. It may claim to be a game. But instead, it does damage when you run it. It may erase your hard disk. So, when it comes to viruses, ito yung pinaka matibay na virus, yung Trojan horse. Kasi, as you can see sa history, yung mga armies, they gave peace offering, a Trojan horse na kahoy ba yun? O sculpture for peace, di ba? Tapos, yung kalaban, happy sila, masaya sila kasi at least meron ng peace. Pero andun pala sa loob ng Trojan horse yung mga kalaban. Then such time, with a barrier, nakapasok na sila sa kampo ng kalaban. Then without knowing na yun, unti-unti na silang pinapatay, unti-unti na silang sinasakop. So yun ang parang when it comes to virus, yung Trojan horse, nagdi-disguise sila. Okay? Nagdi-disguise sila as a computer program. So, Suddenly, when you open, boom, it spread out throughout your computer to your system. Okay? So, worms. What about worms? A worm is a small piece of software that use computer networks that is security holes to replicate itself. So, worms, when it comes to worms, madali naman itong ma-capture. Kumbaga, Windows security, Defender security, automatic na ma-track down na itong mga worms kasi it runs through a networks. Kumbaga, if you are if many computers are connected into one network, isang computer na affected ng worms, all of the computers will be affected too. Okay? With this kind of virus, the worms. But nowadays, using the Windows Defender na embedded na or pre-installed na sa ating mga operating system softwares, madali naman itong track down, madali siyang madakip, kumbaga, ang mga worms na mga viruses. So, how to avoid these worms? Or these are the tips to avoid viruses and lessen their impact. So, I think this is the last slide of this presentation. So, tips to avoid viruses and lessen their impact. So, install antivirus software. Ano ba itong mga antivirus software? Yung Avast, Avira, AVG, many available antiviruses na pwede nating i-purchase, i-download through online, then install this antivirus software. Hindi yung free version ha. Kasi when you say free version, limited lang yung capacity niya to catch virus. Unlike dun sa mga license talaga, na meron siyang mga features na they can catch this, they have additional protection for this. So, when we say antivirus, mas maganda yung license kaysa sa free. So, scanning for viruses for regular basis. So, if you have installed a license antivirus, embedded na yan, automatic na siya na yung nagsascan in the background. Hindi mo alam na nagscan na pala si antivirus when you are using your computer. And suddenly, mag-pop up lang siya, uy, merong virus na na-scan. So, use a virus scan before you open any new program or file. So, if you insert a flash drive or any portable hard drive to your computer, before you open that one, you must scan for virus. Scan mo muna yan para at least before mag-spread out ang virus, na-scan na siya, na-capture na siya, doon pa lang sa pag-input mo, sa pag-saksak mo doon sa USB port. So, again, if you install a licensed antivirus, nakaset na rin siya. Na pag saksak mo lang, automatic na yan mag-scan. Then, you careful about accepting files or clicking links. So, yun yung sinabi ko kanina. Yung mga links na nagdi-display doon sa search engine, sa Facebook, sa social media, o sa YouTube. Kung ano yung sinend ng kaibigan mo. Doon, especially doon sa sa Shopee, yung mga apps sa Lazada, merong mga nagpa-pop up na links, di ba? So be careful, don't open that one if you suspected to be that if you suspect that one has a virus. So don't open. So okay lang 'yan kung meron kang na-install na license talaga na antivirus kasi siya na yung magka-capture sa virus. Meron namang feature si Google na yon, si Google Chrome, na hindi niya talaga i-allow i-open yung link pag it is harmful to your computer. So make sure you back up your data. So example, from time to time, if you have a confidential data na always ginagamit mo every day, so always back up your data into your secondary storage drive, not your hard drive. I mean your portable or flash drive. But at least, kung ma-harm yung computer natin, meron ka pang backup. So, backup is important to your data. So, I think that's all for this basic computer concepts and literacy. I hope you have meron kayong mga nalaman o merong mga knowledge na dagdag doon sa inyong basic computer concepts, understanding sa computer. And then, if you do have many questions, pwede nyo ako i-PM. For my students, pwede nyo ako i-PM kung meron kayong mga hindi na understand, meron kayong hindi naintindihan. So, that's for today. Thank you so much for your listening. Kung meron man kayong nakuha, you may share this video. And then, yun nga, kung meron kayong questions, pwede nyo ako i-PM. So, thank you so much. Have a nice day, everyone. God bless. This is Ernan Aliman. Goodbye.